Vicky, I see dogs. I see children behind you. What's going on?
Soccer. We've still got 30 minutes before they're supposed to start, and that's how many's here already. They're
So
always
you want us to
so
finish in 30 minutes? Is that the plan?
Yeah, we've been doing an hour. We started a couple weeks ago. Mondays and Fridays, we're doing cornhole and trail walks out at the Heart of a Warrior farm,
Oh, right.
out on Beecher. And then Tuesdays, we do soccer here at the Scoobies. And Thursdays, we're doing game night at our church, because we can be inside if we need to, but there we're doing sort of, I call it camp type games, just anything to let them play and
Wow.
have some time together. So,
Wow.
well, we
That's
were
great.
limited when we first started, we were limited to 10 in a group. So that's why we spread it out over 4 nights to try to accommodate everybody.
That's
But
great.
last week they increased us to 35.
Oh,
So
that's great.
I'm hoping that we can cut back a night or two, because that
I
makes me
remember that.
here Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. And then
Oh.
Wednesdays I travel to see my dad down in Southern Ohio. So
Where's he at?
he's at Minford, which is about 15 or 20 miles east of Portsmouth.
Right.
Okay.
So we're live on YouTube. There's
Okay.
one waiting. I'm gonna let them in, but it says 18 mom. So if we get Zoom bombed, I apologize, but I'm assuming this is Carolyn.
It is.
Yes.
Hi, Carolyn.
18 mom.
It does say mom.
It says 18 mom, so I wasn't sure who it was.
Well, thank you. I feel like I'm 18. Doesn't mean I have 18 kids, right?
I started to say, I feel like it's 18 kids.
So you weren't able to go to the golf outing, Carolyn?
No. They don't have carts and I didn't know how we would work it. So it all worked out. I
Okay.
texted her. She knows we were thinking about her. So it worked out.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
She loving it?
She loves it.
Good.
Yeah, I've been watching
thing
my
for-
granddaughter on TV. She's in with Flag Corps, the band. So I've been watching one of the television are streaming the games. So they're actually letting them see halftime. So not that you can
That's
see her face, but she's the little dot in the back corner.
Oh, that's
waving a
awesome.
flag.
We're able to watch Watkins High School on,
Yes.
they stream that Friday night. It's great.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay. Call to order.
Hey,
And first thing up for business is excuse of absence for board members.
I'll make a motion. We excuse Brian, and is that the only one we're missing?
Yep,
I don't
just-
wanna-
Brian.
Do we really want to excuse him? I don't know.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. All right. This
Okay.
time, just this time, just once. So, okay. Board motion needed.
I make
So
a
moved.
motion.
Okay, I'll second.
Linda, okay.
Voice.
So I will do a roll call vote. So Rummel,
Aye.
Lee,
Aye.
Talgarn,
Aye.
Sussman,
Aye.
Hayes,
Aye.
Laval.
Here. Aye.
Okay. Did last week's minutes, did ever have a chance to look at that?
Yes.
Nice job deciphering all my scribblings.
And that was Kelly, so.
Kelly she has numbers and words. It's great.
Yeah.
Um, any corrections or amendments to the minutes from last week?
None from me.
No, they were
18
fine.
mom.
Oh, none, they look good.
All right.
Sorry.
Do we need a motion for that, Jeff?
Nope, we just
Okay.
approve them as written.
Any public participation?
I do not see anybody. I don't believe we received any emails. So no.
Okay,
Um,
great.
Hey, if I can interrupt, it's Vicky. I got 2 different text messages in the last few days from Donna and Rita, right? Thanking the board for the bonus that they were given, the appreciation award. They were both so thankful and wanted to pass that along to everyone. So I promised to do that.
Very good.
Okay. Does that go in the minutes, Jeff?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Donna-
put that in your
Donna-
correspondence.
I'll make
Cor-
sure. I think it was Donna. I'd have to go back. Can I check my email while I'm on the phone here with this? I'm afraid I'll lose you guys. I'll confirm that, but I know it was Donna and I'm sure it was Rita.
I think.
Yes,
it was
I talked to them
Rita.
today, actually. They said the same thing.
Okay. I was hoping I'd remember.
So let's go with the numbers.
Okay, so everybody should have a financial statement for August. The August PLF was $59,060.10. And then total revenues for the month was $201,688.85. And that includes the levy funds for the second half. So that came in, and it's actually come in a little higher. We've collected year-to-date levy $317,052.89, and we probably got another 16,000 coming in. So we'll be about 12 to 13,000 over on the levy,
Good.
which is going to help with what we're being sorted on from the PLF side. Through September, through September for PLF, we are 2.16% under budget. So it's better than what we anticipated. If you remember way back to April, we actually cut about 20% out of our budget on the expense side. So I still feel like we're going to end up in pretty good shape at the end of the year. Staying kind of along those lines, we were approved for our $25,000 grant.
Yay.
Good.
Got the approval.
Wow.
The money has not been deposited yet. So once I see those funds come in, we'll kind of work the rest on the back end of that with the expenses and everything.
Yay.
Total expenses for the month 63,331.56. But for the month we were up 140,721.21, and then year to date we are up 70,688.97. And if you add back the transfer out to the other building fund, we're actually up about 165,000 cash.
Wow.
That will decrease over the next 3 months. Of course, our PLF will be a little bit lower than usually October, November, December, it's a little bit lower. But I still feel like we're going to be up for the year. Donations, I do have one donation to report. It was yesterday, September 21st, unrestricted from the donation jar, $116.81.
Wow.
Wow.
Now, I will say on the donation jar, there was a 50 in there. I'm not sure who placed it in there.
That's great.
But also with us not charging copies charging for the first 20 printouts, that people are still putting money in that donation jar. So,
That's great. Good.
so just need a motion to approve that donation.
Any so move?
It's it's Vicky. I'll make the motion to accept the 11681.
Second,
Okay.
I'll second.
Kathy.
yeah, Kathy, second.
Kathy,
Or,
thank you.
doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay. And we'll do roll call votes. Rummel,
Aye.
Lee,
Aye.
Duvall,
Aye.
Dalgarn,
Aye.
18 Mom, Hayes,
Aye.
and who did I miss? Lee,
Sussman.
Aye.
Sussman.
Aye.
All right. These names on the, I'm trying to follow the right side and they keep jumping around on me. So,
All right,
Um,
so bills to,
I'll go through the rest of the financial here real quick.
okay.
Okay.
You want
Yeah,
me to finish the financial?
Jeff has another meeting, guys, at 7, so
Okay.
just
do it.
an FYI.
Good, done.
The second page there, you'll just see year-to-date expenses. I'll just point that out, 634, 984, 41. So we're about, we've spent about 56% and we're about 66% through on this financial statement. So about 10% under budget on the expense side. Our general fund balance at the end of August was 890,26354, and total all funds is 1,293,40855. And then you'll see our checking accounts was at 54,45529. The last page, we had one expense over monthly average, and it was just insurance, and that was our annual premiums for property and liability. No change in the Park National Bank money market. I will tell you that the CD rates right now for 3 months to 1 year is 0.05. And yeah, anywhere from 3 months to 1 year, it's 0.05.
Great time to borrow money. That's it.
Yeah. And the interest rate for our money market right now is at 0.146. So it's still higher than any CD rate that we would get out there. Did have one transfer to let you know about. It does not need a board motion. I know it says on the agenda that it does, but it doesn't. August 25th, we transferred 125,000 from Park National Bank checking to Park National Bank money market. And that was the levy money that came in. So it was just moving the money over to get some more interest on it. Got to take advantage of that 0.146.
Big bucks. Bills to be paid?
One of my former students.
I'll take any questions on there. The only one that maybe sticks out, fire and safety service. They come out once a year and look at our fire extinguishers. So that's what that was. We're going to have a little bit more expense there. We do have 2 security lights, exit lights outside the library that aren't working properly. So they're coming back to fix those. And then library design associates, those are the 2 of the book drop bins that we purchased. So that is grant funds that we used for the first grant that we applied for, the $3,000 from the state library.
I'll make a motion that we pay the bills.
I'll second. Carolyn.
Carolyn, who made, who?
Vicky, sorry,
Vicky?
Vicky made the motion.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll do a roll call vote. Hayes,
Yes, aye.
Lee,
Aye.
Sussman,
Aye.
Rummel,
Aye.
Duvall,
Aye.
Dalgarn.
Aye.
All right.
Okay, Mary.
All right, our circulation reports, total circulation is down 25%. However, e-resources use is up 119%. New patrons are down 37%. Reference questions are down 59%. Program attendance is up 140%. That is due to our curbside service. We put that input programs. Internet use is down 73% and Wi-Fi use is down 44%.
Okay, I thought it'd actually be down more than that. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Does the works and the DAWS Arboretum passes go under circulation?
They do, yes.
I had a person ask me about the DAWS and the works passes, and they wondered, once they check those out, how long do they have those to use?
They have them for 2 weeks.
Okay,
Right now, we're not circulating the works because the works is not open.
okay. But you're having something Friday night where you can pick up those
The-
little,
Yeah, the STEM kits, I guess. Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, they'll have about 100 STEM kits to pass out for ages like preschool or pre-K through 8th grade. And
That's
they're
awesome.
different kits depending on the age group. They did it at Lincoln County Library. I think they've been to Granville Library. And then they plan on coming back out again probably in November. So they received a grant to pass out these
Mhm.
kits. So they're training all the different libraries to get these out.
Great.
That's wonderful.
Now these are in stock next week. Okay, so then once they are in stock, they'll ship.
Okay, old business.
So, modern library, what I will say to that is I met with Matt Bauman today, and I don't know if that rings a bell with any of you. He's the executive director at Library Design Associates. He was involved with our last renovation, and that's who we purchased our shelving off of. And so we had a productive conversation about what library world kind of looks like right now and what it's going to look like in the future, which is hard to predict right now. But they do library design services. I mean, it's in their name, I guess, and I didn't really think about this, but they look at it from a building it from inside out. So they will, we can work with them to say this is a square footage we're looking at, and this is what we're wanting inside the building. And then they can lay it all out for us and do interior design of the building with us before we would even hire an architect. And then when we would bring an architect in, we would talk to them about here's the layout, here's what we're thinking. This part of the design has already been done. Now we just need to talk about the engineering of it, the outside structure of it, and that types of things, the walls and those kind of things. I'm kind of attracted to that idea in the sense that I feel like the inside of the library is the most important part, not necessarily the outside build or what the lights are, or the HVAC or all that stuff. I really feel like it needs to be built from the inside out. I don't know what the cost of that is. I mean, there's a cost with everything, but just know that the conversation's been going on. I am meeting with Legat Architects. It's Legat. Probably, I think it's next week. I have a meeting with her. They kind of reached out to me on a whim, I think back in February. And of course, all this stuff hit, and we've talked back and forth through email, but haven't really connected. Through my understanding with talking to Matt Bauman, because he kind of lives in that world, they've done more with schools than they have with libraries. So I don't know, how beneficial they would be, but it's always good to get another opinion and more information. So I guess with that being said, just know that there's stuff going on in the background, and it's still my intentions to somehow bring a design phase of this process to the library next year and the board to still go through that process. And I am leading towards the way to finance it is through a bond issue. When and if we get to that point, how much that will be will just be determined on you know, the size of it, what we put inside of it. But are there any questions on that or any concerns?
When does the current bond issue drop off?
So our operating levy, it goes through 2022. So we are up for re-election, or to renew it, I should say, November of 2021. So next November will be the first time that we can renew it. Right now, I'm thinking that's going to be a renewal with an additional amount. Thinking that additional amount is going to basically operate the new building. So I kind of want to get those operating dollars locked down before we put in front of the voters a building issue.
You know, and last time it took like forever even to get the initial through. So we need to start this in advance and make our case.
Yeah, certainly. I think that January next year, we need to start working on this and start pushing the design part of it. I talked to Matt and he goes, typically for interior, depending on what you want to have done, it's probably a 6-month process.
Okay.
Just for
That's
like
okay.
getting the inside design, not necessarily hiring an architect to do the rest of the legwork on it. But talks on what kind of levy, a renewal with an additional, and I don't know how much more information. It's going to be tough, not knowing what the state budget does. That's going to be the tough part of it next year, because it's a biennium budget year, which will be the end of June. You know, a new budget we put in place by the state, and depending on how revenues are going and what they do, that might dictate as well what we have to do as for our levy. But we can't wait that long to find out.
Right.
So that's the difficult side of it.
Any questions, concerns, comments?
No, thank you for doing that, Jeff, with everything else that's going on.
Yeah, I don't feel like it can stop. I don't want it to come to a stop. We've gone too far now. So
I think that the community is just from what I've heard, just verbally, seems to be really happy with what we've done and how we've moved forward with some different planning.
The only negative I've heard is that not having as much computer access as we had before. We can't do much about that ourselves, but that's the only thing I've heard.
and we are planning on making somewhat changes to that, as far as time limit, not necessarily the number of computers, just because
Spread out. Yeah.
we can't spread out with the system we have right now. And the only way to open up more computers is to put more barriers, more plexiglass up, and I'm just not ready to spend the money on.
Well, we could do like they did at the Wits in Granville. Just they had some saran wrap. They just pull it down from the ceiling.
Or curtains.
It's magic saran wrap. It keeps germs out.
Okay.
In modified services.
We kind of just touched on it a little bit. I think we're going to be adding some more tables and chairs back into the library, just to make it a little bit more inviting. Maybe extending the hours on internet computers, but not necessarily opening up more computers. So we're heading down that road. And then the other thing is, it's hard for families. I think of myself, who gets off work, 4, 5 o'clock, you get home and deal with the kids. There's no way you're going to make it to the library by 6 p.m. and find anything. And right now we're open to 6 at the latest. So I'm hoping November, when November comes around, to add another hour and to make it to 7. So to help out those families, but at the same time, our foot traffic honestly hasn't been there. It's really slowed down. So, but I think we just need to continue to progress through back to what we were.
Story trail.
That's not on mine. Do you have is yours an August agenda?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's June. I'm sorry. No. Very bad. I'm gonna stop right there. What's next?
PLF 2020 update, and we've kind of already went through that.
Exactly.
Yes. So that's been covered. Are there any questions on the state revenues and how that's and everything?
Yeah.
So we'll go on to new business then. Under new business, it's Scott K. Meyer's evaluation. I sent that out to the personnel committee. I don't think there were questions with it. So if I could have his evaluation approved, then grant him a step increase.
I'll make a motion that we approve that.
I'll second.
And Linda?
Okay, roll call vote. Rummel,
Aye.
Duvall,
Aye.
Lee,
Aye.
Sussman,
Aye.
Dalcard,
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
All right. The next thing is the snow plowing salting contract. Yes, it's that time of year.
I can't even believe it.
I know. So it's no change from last year. It's Caldwell again, and he kept the prices the same.
He's great.
Yes.
I'm happy with them.
It's Vicky. I'll make a motion that we accept that snow plowing contract for the winter.
Second?
Kathy, I'll second.
Okay. We'll do another roll call vote. Rummel,
Aye.
Duvall,
Aye.
Lee,
Aye.
Sussman,
Aye.
Dalgarn,
Aye.
and Hayes.
Aye.
Okay. And then the last thing under new business is the 2021 levy certificates resolution. So I'm not going to read this 3-page document to
Thank
you.
you.
Because I think you would appreciate that. However, if you could just approve the resolution saying that you agree with the county auditor that it looks like our estimate to receive for next year's levy amount is $332,000 and $332 and $767. So 332,767.
You want-
I'll agree with him.
I will too.
Do we have more?
I wish.
I think
That's actually more than what they certified last year. It's about 12,000 more. So it's a little bit of.
Yes.
Did we get a first
So-
and second on that?
Yes. Vicky and Carolyn?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Rummel,
Aye.
Duvall,
Aye.
Lee,
Aye.
Sussman,
Aye.
Dalgarn,
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Okay. And then the only other is other. So I do not have anything else at this time. Our next board meeting is October 27th. The only thing I will ask is what's everybody's feeling on in-person board meetings at this
Good.
point?
I'll wear a shield.
We can always try to do in person and still have the Zoom available.
Either is fine with me.
I want to torment the staff. That's what I want to do.
Well, you're in every week to torment us anyway.
So the only issue right now is that we close at 6 and the board meeting's at 6 p.m. So we couldn't have public participation if we had it in
Oh.
person. So I anticipate October will still be Zoom, but we want to expand our hours in November to 7. So we'll shoot for, and it gives us a little bit more time.
Okay.
But November would be our first in-person board meeting.
Goodness.
Jeff, I have another real quick.
Okay.
The $25,000 CARES Act, am I right? That needs to be spent by the end of the year?
Correct.
Okay, do you have plenty to spend it all?
All of it is gone except for $3,000.
Well, I
I'll
happen
get,
to
can we all
know
take a
that
trip to Brazil? Can we all take a trip to Brazil?
I
Not
think
enough.
only in
I've-
Zoom.
Just wondering.
I have been told that the county does have more money. If you could be creative and come up with stuff, you might be able to access some more. And I could give you the name to contact if you are interested.
What's it need to go towards?
There's anything with the COVID thing, just like, it's the same rules. It's the CARES Act.
This is
But
the same
they
exact
have more
road.
money than they could come up with.
Oh.
So like if you could come up, like if we would need more computers that you could say, you used or needed because of COVID, we could do something with the schools because they're in school, and the library could do something maybe that way. I mean, you could be real creative, and it sounds like it could be a pretty good sized project. Like, I mean, Bill said a couple million, not for us, but that's what seems to be available.
Couple,
Yeah, no,
a few sweet iBooks.
Yes, I am interested. If you want to send me over the contact information,
Okay, I will do that.
I think Mary and I could brainstorm.
Well, he was told that libraries were contacted and they didn't need the money. So he said, do you need money? I said, I'll find out if we can spend it.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
So I will send you all that.
Well, we were contacted for, what the state did, but I wonder how the county, how that's being distributed to libraries from the county standpoint.
Well, I don't think this is designated for anything. And the man that's in charge of distributing it for the county really is on top of what you can do with it and what you can't. So that's why Bill said, be as creative, and he'd be able to tell you, yes, that'll fly, or no, it won't.
Hey, Jeff, give him a chance to say no.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we can help out the community in a big way with this. Let's see what we can do.
We do need a bigger building if we could serve more
Uh-oh.
There you go.
people.
COVID building, it's completely sterile.
Well,
wonder
we
if
have
you-
to have more social distancing space.
Spread out.
Yeah.
Better ventilation. Could we do any upgrades?
More computers.
More computers? Yeah.
Computers, I think you
We
could
need
do. I
a
don't know.
bigger building to
Internet.
put those computers in.
Well, that's the first thing that came to my mind is the way that our internet computer desk are set up right now. They can't
Right.
social distance more than, 2 people. But if I could get somehow computer desks that are separated by 6 feet, as weird as that's going to look.
Or some sort of partitions put in.
Yeah, well, when you said you didn't want to spend the money on partitions, I thought, I bet that would go under that.
It would.
Yeah.
Saran wrap.
It's
Yeah.
Well, and Jeff, as you're working with this design fella, maybe he has some ideas of things we could do now that you could use later
Yeah, he already
as things calm down.
Yeah, I talked to him about our internet issues, and he said, yeah, there's partitions and stuff for that. So that'd be a pretty easy phone call to talk to him and get some numbers on things.
Cool.
Yeah. And I didn't mean that you had been asked and you refused money. He just said that he had contacted, because Bill said he had asked if he had contacted the libraries, and he said, yes, it's amazing they have money. So I think he thought, well, we've got our 25,000 is probably what he thought.
Maybe they only contacted Licking County libraries.
It could
That's
be,
the name.
yeah,
Yeah.
that could be too.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
do you want me to text you or email you?
Either or is fine.
Okay.
both work for me. And then I'll get in contact with them and see what we have to work with.
Okay,
I appreciate that.
sounds good.
Hey,
Okay.
Anything
Next
else?
meeting is October 27th, 6 p.m.
Good with
And
that?
am I correct in that one will be a Zoom meeting?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, and then the November one will
November.
be in person.
As long as the world's not set on fire after the election.
Yeah. So,
good deal.
it might be.
Out west, it's already on fire, yeah.
Never know.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Jeff.
Welcome.
Thank you, guys.
You.
Bye.
Bye.
6:35.
Bye.
Yep.
That's
6:35.
the record. Good
Okay.
job.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
See you soon.
You're still there.